The creation of the stars, a divine act of light, order, and purpose. From the earliest moments of human history, people have lifted their eyes toward the night sky and wondered. The stars, countless, silent, and radiant, have always stirred awe, humility, and questions too deep for words. In the Judeo-Christian tradition, the creation of the stars is not merely an astronomical event, but a divine revelation of God's power, wisdom, and loving order. The stars were not formed by accident, nor are they meaningless decorations in the heavens. They are deliberate works of God, created with purpose, beauty, and authority. Creation begins with God. The Bible opens with one of the most powerful and simple declarations ever written. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, Genesis 1:1. This statement establishes God as the eternal source of all existence. Before time, before space, before matter, God was. The stars did not give birth to themselves, nor did chaos arrange itself into galaxies. Creation begins not with randomness, but with divine will. The heavens mentioned here include everything beyond the earth, space, galaxies, stars, and cosmic realms. From the very first verse, Scripture places the stars under God's creative authority. Light before the lights. One of the most fascinating aspects of the biblical creation account is that light is created before the stars. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light, Genesis 1:3. This light is not yet the sun, moon, or stars. It is a primordial light, often understood by theologians as God's own radiant presence or the fundamental energy that would later be shaped into the universe. This teaches a profound truth. God is not dependent on the stars for light. Instead, the stars depend on God. The stars are not divine beings. They are not eternal. They are created objects, reflecting a light that ultimately comes from their creator. The fourth day, the stars are spoken into being. The specific creation of the stars occurs on the fourth day, and God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night." He made the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He also made the stars, Genesis 1:14-16. The phrase, "He also made the stars," is remarkably brief. What humans see as vast galaxies, supernovas, and billions of burning suns are described almost casually, as if to emphasize how effortless creation is for God. What seems immeasurably complex to humanity is simple to the Creator. Stars as signs, seasons, and timekeepers. God gives the stars a function. You can let them be for signs and for seasons, and for days and years, Genesis 1:14. The stars are not merely beautiful, they are functional. They govern time, guide seasons, and bring order to human life. Long before clocks and calendars, people used the stars to mark harvests, festivals, journeys, and sacred times. This reveals a God of order, not confusion. The stars move with precision, following laws set by God. Their reliability reflects God's faithfulness. Stars and the majesty of God. Throughout Scripture, stars are used to express the greatness of God. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of His hands, Psalm 19:1. When we see the stars, we are witnessing silent worship. They do not speak with words, yet their existence testifies to God's glory. Another powerful verse states, "He determines the number of the stars and calls them each by name." Psalm 147:4. Modern science estimates there are hundreds of billions of galaxies, each with billions of stars. Yet Scripture boldly claims that God knows each one personally. This is not poetic exaggeration, it is theological truth, emphasizing God's infinite knowledge, human smallness, and divine care. The vastness of the stars often makes humanity feel small. The Bible acknowledges this feeling. "When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars, what is mankind that you are mindful of them?" Psalm 8:3-4. Yet instead of concluding that humans are insignificant, Scripture reveals the opposite. The God who created the stars also cares deeply for humanity. If God can sustain galaxies, He can sustain a human life. Stars as symbols of promise. In the Bible, stars also symbolize hope and promise. God tells Abraham, "Look toward heaven and count the stars. So shall your offspring be." Genesis 15:5. Here, stars represent God's faithfulness across generations. Though Abraham was old and childless, God used the stars to remind him that divine promises transcend human limitations. Stars and guidance. One of the most famous biblical stars is the Star of Bethlehem, which guided the wise men to the birthplace of Jesus Christ. Matthew 2:1-12. This star was not random. It was a divine sign guiding seekers to truth. This teaches that God still uses light to guide humanity, not always in the sky, but in the heart, conscience, and faith. The fall and the misuse of stars. Although God created the stars for beauty and order, humans sometimes turned them into objects of worship. Astrology and star worship appear throughout ancient history. The Bible strongly warns against this. Do not be enticed into bowing down to the sun, moon, or stars, Deuteronomy 4:19. Why? Because worship belongs to the Creator, not the creation. Stars in the end times. The Bible also speaks of stars in prophetic language. The stars will fall from the sky, and the heavenly bodies will be shaken, Matthew 24:29. This imagery signifies that even the most stable elements of creation are temporary. Stars, though magnificent, are not eternal. Only God is. Stars in the end times. The Bible also speaks of stars in prophetic language. The stars will fall from the sky, and the heavenly bodies will be shaken, Matthew 24:29. This imagery signifies that even the most stable elements of creation are temporary. Stars, though magnificent, are not eternal. Only God is. Creation, science, and faith. Modern science has revealed astonishing details about stars, their life cycles, explosions, and immense energy. Rather than contradicting faith, many believers see science as revealing the methods of God. Science explains how stars form. Faith explains why they exist. The complexity of nuclear fusion, gravity, and cosmic balance points not to randomness, but to intelligent design. Spiritual lessons from the stars. The stars teach humanity several spiritual truths. 1. Humility. We are not the center of the universe. 2. Order. God governs creation with wisdom. 3. Faithfulness. The stars keep their courses. 4. Hope. Darkness is never without light. 5. Purpose. Everything created has meaning. Conclusion. The stars still speak. Though silent, the stars continue to speak to believers, seekers, and skeptics alike. They remind humanity that life is not accidental, that beauty has intention, and that there is a creator who stands beyond time and space. The God who spoke the stars into existence with a word is the same God who speaks into human hearts today. The heavens still declare his glory, night after night, generation after generation. And as long as stars shine in the sky, they will continue to point beyond themselves to the eternal creator who made them, named them, and set them in place with purpose and love.